Head Coach Patrick Ewing, please raise your hand. We'll get you the mic. Go to Bobby.
Patrick, what did you see in the end of regulation, and what is it the referees told you?
I haven't even looked at the tape yet, so they just told me that Jake pulled his jersey. So I guess in the rules that's considered a flagrant. I didn't even know if that was a reviewable, something that was reviewable, but obviously it was, so it is what it is.
And then just the bigger picture of, again, having a double-digit halftime lead and surrendering it, ending up in overtime. What was it today that led to that?
I thought we started the game out flat. That's why I called the early timeout. The second half, we started it out flat again. That's why I called that the timeout right at the beginning of the second half. We went from an 11-point lead to a 7-point lead, I think it was. And then it was just nip and tuck. We didn't execute well enough offensively. We gave them, Gigi, I think he had no points at halftime. He ended up with 22. The offensive rebound, I think they had 9 or 5 at halftime. They ended up with 15. And then they got 11. They got 24 points off of those 21 points off their second chance. We both had 15 offensive rebounds, but they got 21 points to our 11. And then at the end of regulate, I think it was the end of overtime when they got that 3. We couldn't come up with the rebound. I think it was they tied or we were up. I don't remember. They hit the 3. We couldn't come up with the rebound. So in those times of the game when that's when we got to be able to buckle down and be able to get a stop. We got to stop, but then we couldn't come up with a rebound.
Coach, that last offensive possession, was it designed and drawn up for a 3? Did you think you could get a quick 2 and maybe extend the game out? How did you?
Got a great shot.
Yeah.
Got a great shot. We got what we wanted. We got a hammer screen on the weak side. Primo was able to drive and kick the ball to Brandon for a wide open 3. We just didn't make it.
Go to John Tito.
Coach, you mentioned Gigi with 22 in the second half. He's projected as a lottery pick. As somebody who knows what it takes to play at the next level, what do you see from him in terms of, is he just a good player or is there something special about him?
Well, you're asking me this after a loss. Look, we recruited Gigi. I thought he was going to be special when we were recruiting him. I don't see anything differently. He stepped up in the second half and got big boy baskets. So I take my hat off to him.
And coming into the game, did you think that being in a rock fight would be good or bad for you? Or you turned into a rock fight, a walk up, a possession, a hard
Well,
possession?
I think it doesn't make a difference whichever game you're playing. The objective of the game is to win. And we were doing everything that we needed to do in the first half to be able to get that 11-point lead. In the second half, we came back. It was just too many mistakes, leaving them wide open on shots, not getting offensively, not getting the rebounds. All of those things added up to the reason why we lost.
Go back to Bobby.
Obviously, it seemed like Brad maybe earned more minutes after his performance the other night in Texas Tech. You guys are 4-5 now. How do you guys, as the Big East, I think middle of December, the Big East starts. What other changes or what else needs to change for you guys to show improvement?
Win. Win. The bottom line, we got to win. By any means necessary. We can't keep making the same mistakes and then talk about we have to learn from our mistakes. Obviously, we're not learning from them. We're watching film. We're showing them all the mistakes that they're making, that we're making, and we're still not learning. I don't see anything else that we can do. We can't. This ain't NBA where you can trade and get other players in. These guys have to learn. These guys have to lock in, and us as a staff have to come up with something else that might help them to be successful.
You sort of mentioned at the end of, or I watched what you said at Texas Tech about how you made that comeback and then kind of the ball didn't move. Today, 28 makes, but only 10 assists.
Right.
Is that another thing that needs to improve?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we've been saying all along, that, in order for us to be successful, we gotta have ball movement, body movement. That's when we're playing well. And when we played, when that stretch in the Texas Tech game, that's how we got back into the game. We were having ball movement and body movement. And it's not just me sitting and standing there yelling, move it, move it. They have to be willing to do that.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.